on to you, Libras. So you have the Five of Cups, the Hanged Man, and you have the Ace of Swords right here. So these are the first three cards. So basically, the Eight of Cups right here represents for you, Libras. Like I said, so the Eight of Cups, I love this card because it represents how you Libras have essentially chosen to walk away from overthinking about the ex, the person that gave you such a difficult time. I love the Eight of Cups energy because I told you, Libras, to essentially let go of like thinking too much about them, overthinking, ruminating on them. And that's great because that's exactly what it is that you Libras decided to do. You stopped talking to them. You stopped thinking so much about them. So now a lot of you Libras have the mentality that what's in the past in this particular situation is in the past. It's better for you Libras to actually learn from the lesson instead of you Libras thinking about the actual person that gave you a hard time in the first place. So, which is great, right? Which is really great because what that means there is this is a situation for you where you Libras actually are able to get into your kumbaya space. And what I mean when I say kumbaya, like meditative space where you Libras are like, okay, it's time to actually move forward like what I was just talking about. Move forward, you're starting fresh, you have brand new opportunities, and it's time for you to actually begin to meet other people. This reading right here is really like a general life spread kind of thing, where you Libras are living your life, like I said before. And the best way to get over a heartbreak is to heal. Now, that's number one. First, you got to heal and live your life. That's number two. That's it. That's all you need to do. There's not real too many complicated things. So the Eight of Cups right here represents, like I said, you not taking things personally, you Libras actually learning from the lesson of what it is that you've had to experience because of this person, right? The Hanged Man represents, right? The Hanged Man and the Ace of Swords right here, these two cards represents, well, first and foremost, the Hanged Man represents taking your time and understanding that, like I said before, the flaw that you Libras had, past tense, used to be, you know, and I know a lot of Libras in my life. Nobody can tell me, oh, I don't know anything about Libras, because that's cap if you say that. Because some of my good friends, some of my best friends in high school, they were Libras. 3 of them out of 5, I'm talking about the high school that I went to, were Libras. Okay? I can name names. I'm not going to, but I can name names. So it ain't capping. So I know what it is I'm talking about, right? This is why it is that I say, I be saying the things that I say in my videos. A lot of people don't like them. Listen, I don't care, because at the end of the day, I know I have real world experience. I know what I'm talking about. So one of the things that you Libras had that was a real weakness was y'all couldn't stand to be single. And now you Libras understand that sometimes it is a very good option to be single, because the Hanged Man represents when you're just going in and in of new relationships. What happens is you can end up squandering your own mental health, physical health, emotional health. And you're right, because it's already been proven scientifically that the more partners you have, you know, come on now, y'all know I'm a science guy. Y'all know I went to college for STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. You know I went to college for science. That was my major. Listen, you realize that it was time for you to take a break from relationships in general and just be by yourselves for a little while. Now, the reason why that was so good for you was because the Ace of Swords, that break helped you Libras actually become smarter. It made you sharper. It made you more aware as to what exactly is really going on, as opposed to you Libras just thinking to yourselves that, you know, the best thing that you could only do is to get yourself into another relationship to get your heart broken, right? Remember what it is that I said. The two things for you to be able to get over someone is to heal and live life. And what I mean when I say heal, I'm talking about go into yourself from a meditative perspective. This is why I say I love the Eight of Cups. And figure out what exactly happened. Why were you hurt? Where could you have improved? What you did right? Where they went right? What could have they improved? What was wrong with them? What was wrong with you? What, like I said, what did you do correctly? What did they do correctly? You understand what I'm saying? And then after that, what are some places where, like I said, you can improve, right? So, and then live life. Have variety in your life. What do I mean when I say have variety in your life? What I mean by that is stop only doing one thing a day, right? Some people don't have any kind of purpose in their life. They just sit around hanging out on the block, me being from New York, hanging around on the block all day, right? Right? Get some variety. What I mean when I say get some sort of variety, have interests. Have interests that you are legitimately into, right? Motorcycle, motorcycle racing or whatnot, skydiving, martial arts, learning a brand new skill, going to the range, right? The pew pew range, if you know what I mean. Stuff like that, right? Having interest, reading, right? Running a business, family, pets. You know what I'm saying? Exercise, life. And what happens is because the fact that you Libras are living your life, you realize that, like I said, you're not supposed to be the person. No one is supposed to continuously be in a relationship for their whole life. There will be periods where you do need to cool off a little bit, because when you're constantly seeking after a relationship, it squanders your mental health. It squanders your physical health. It squanders your emotional health, because you don't ever really get a chance to really understand who you actually are as a singular individual. And you're correct. And it ruins the next person that you're with. It ruins you, but it also ruins the relationship with the next person that you're with. And the reason why is because you end up being jaded. You end up carrying the trauma that you had over into the next relationship. Instead of you Libras being ready to actually be in a functional relationship with somebody, if you would just go back to back to back to back to back in a relationship, it's literally where it's like, number one, you forget names. Number two, right? Because you constantly getting to know someone new. So you have to keep up with names. You got to keep up with the confidential things that they tell you, right? The things that other people wouldn't know about you unless they actually got to know, wouldn't know about them unless they actually got to know that person. That's a lot. That's a lot of attachment. That's a lot of energy, right? You knowing this person's birthday and everything like that. So, and then you end up not really being, like I said, a good match for the next person, because when the two of you don't really work out, now it's like, bah, humbug, right? You're jaded with this next person. So the Ten of Pentacles now and the Five of Cups are your next two cards, which represents how you Libras, right? You're in a very good position, because what I'm seeing here about this is the Five of Cups represents you wish that you would have known this prior to, and you wish that you would have taken this much more seriously. And what I mean when I say seriously, I'm talking about actually taking a break from relationships. Cause see here, okay, here's the thing, right? I know that Libras take breaks from relationships. I know that. Okay? I know that. I am aware of that. But I'm talking about not just physically, I'm also talking about emotionally and mentally as well. Even though a lot of y'all will be single and y'all do technically take breaks, physically is concerned, spiritually, you don't. You'll be thinking about what life is like to be in a relationship and why being in a relationship is so good. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what is wrong with that is the fact that sometimes, like I said, you need to even know or understand what it's like to actually be single, to have your mind be single and not a part of a team all the time, right? So a lot of you Libras, the Five of Cups, you're very regretful at the fact that you didn't do this sooner. You wish that you Libras would have done this sooner, where you're actually in a position to really be a single Libra for a little bit of a while, where you actually get in touch to know who you are, who, you know what I'm saying? Like, hang out with your friends, get more in touch with your friends, pick up more interests, just really spend the time that you want to spend for yourself, as opposed of constantly thinking about this, trying to chase relationships and butterflies and dealing with heartbreak and everything like that. Trust me, it is a very freeing experience to be single appropriately, right? Because there's times where you can be inappropriately single. So a lot of you Libras very much so enjoy that. And the thing is that the Four of Wands and the King of Pentacles are the next two cards, okay? Which is because when people don't really understand you Libras, they try to plot on you. They try to take control of your life. They try to boss you around. They try to tell you what to do, right? How you thinking that you Libras are in a very functional relationship, when in actuality you're really not. You're in a very dysfunctional one. And here they are trying to tell you what to do. Tell you how to live your life, tell you where to go, tell you what to think, tell you how to think, right? And what I mean by that is you Libras get so caught up in the relationship that you become vulnerable, in the sense of like, like I said, you forget to sometimes critical think when the relationship doesn't pan out, or when it does pan out. So why this is important is because the King of Pentacles, a person that can end up being manipulative and not a very good match for you, right? But will convince you that the two of you are together and that it's healthy for the two of you to be together, and will have you Libras really not really seeing the forest for the trees as to what this relationship, what this connection actually is. You Libras will be in a situation where you Libras will see how dysfunctional this connection actually is, and you Libras won't really like, other people will be telling you about how bad sometimes connections with a particular person can be, and you Libras won't necessarily see it. So a lot of you Libras, going back, the Five of Cups, a lot of you are very regretful at the fact that you Libras didn't really take this opportunity to do that sooner, where you get a chance to cool off, enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, heal, right? Heal, live your life. So now the Queen of Cups represents, number one, you now know what to do when you're dealing with heartbreak. And number two, you're ready to actually begin dating again. You're ready again. And the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords right here, right, represents how the Nine of Swords is, the Nine of Swords represents you were a little bit, obviously saddened by it, but a lot of you Libras are thinking that you're ready. But my suggestion to you Libras, right, because you have the Queen of Cups, my suggestion to you Libras is don't be too fast. And what I mean when I say don't be too fast, I'm talking about don't don't speak too fast. If you Libras are not ready, if you are not absolutely ready to get back out there and give this another chance, don't be in a position where your mentality, don't be unsure. Be sure with the fact that you actually want to get out there, because I'm seeing that, you being tempted with this Queen of Cups, you being tempted to get to know people is starting to actually, the interest is starting to peak. You Libras want to be able to really get back on out here, but here's the situation though. Be very careful with that, because the Nine of Swords represents you do not want to be in a situation where you Libras get yourself out there, you begin to talk to other people, you're not necessarily quite clear with if you Libras truly want to be in a relationship again. So now when the next time when you go up to somebody, right, you say what's up to them or whatnot, or you try your hand, they tell you no, and then you Libras are completely like, I knew I shouldn't have tried this. I knew that I wasn't ready. You Libras, I don't suggest that you Libras do that. If you know you're not ready, don't force the situation. And then you have the Ten of Swords, because you Libras have been through enough. And it's time that you Libras actually are sure with the fact that if you want to actually get back on out here, because you're not missing a whole lot anyway. There's a lot of hurt people out here emotionally that want to seek revenge on the whole planet, including against the people that hasn't done anything to them, because there'll be people who are not ready to date, who will end up hurting someone that truly is ready to date. You see what I'm saying? You Libras don't want to be one of those people that knows good and well that you don't want to date, but then you end up hurting somebody based upon the fact that, you want to you Libras want to date, and then you hurried yourself into the dating pool. You know what I mean? So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. Two of Cups, the Sun card, the Seven of Swords, the Hanged Man, which you already have, and then you have the Seven of Wands. To clarify the Ten of Swords, yeah, the Two of Cups and the Sun card, you want to make sure that when you actually step back out to try to get to know other people, the two of you are both enjoying it. You're enjoying it. You don't just, the person that just doesn't tell you no, you say, and then you go back, and then what happens? And then you decide now that you're going to not try ever again, right? You want to be able to make sure that you still want to try to get to know some people. The Seven of Swords and the Hanged Man represent, so if you're not ready to date, take some more time off. Boom, the cards are telling you directly. If you're not ready to, if you're absolutely not sure, take some more time off. The Seven of Wands, because no one is going anywhere. You might get yourself into a situation, Libra, where you're not ready yet, and then you know what? You end up being heartbroken because somebody else takes the same turn that the ex did, and then the next thing you know, you fall for the same okie doke because of how fine they look. And see, that's another thing too. That's another thing too that Libra represents. Libra represents like outer beauty, right? And but like I said before, the Venus can represent what it is that you seeing is not necessarily what it is that you getting. So like with Venus, Libra represents you can mess around and end up getting fooled by a person's outward appearance if you're not careful. So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. There's a link in the comment section below called a Linktree link. Click on it. It will redirect you to a website where there's all the ways to get a personal reading from me, birth chart reading, as well as the books that I have that are on Amazon. On my website, it'll have a PayPal button. That PayPal button is clickable. So if you click on it, it will actually take you to your PayPal. And for all those people who do not have a PayPal, you can still pay through there, because PayPal will automatically make one for you. When you fill out the information, you will automatically have a PayPal account now when you fill it out and you actually pay. Or you can go Cashapp. My Cashapp is also there. And if you don't want to do that, where you can go, but you still want to get a reading from me, you can always feel free to contact me at Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com.